Good afternoon, my name is Khudhur and my project is which vinegar concentration affects which metal the most. The purpose of my experiment is to see which vinegar concentration will rust or corrode the metal the most. My hypothesis is that if the metals are placed in the highest concentration, then they will rust or corrode the most compared to the lower concentrations. For a brief synopsis of my procedures, I weighed the nails before the experiment and after the experiment, which you can see in my picture down there. Then I let them sit in the concentrations for 10 days. I had 4 different types of metals and 4 different types of vinegar concentrations. This is the setup of how I let them sit in the concentrations. Then when I took them out after 10 days, I let them dry on paper towels, which I did right here, and then I weighed them after the experiment to find the mass losses of the different metals. As you can see here in my results, this is the graph of my mass losses of the different metals. On the x-axis are the vinegar concentrations in milliliters, and on the y-axis are the mass losses in milligrams. As you can see, the blue line up here is much higher than the lower lines. That line represents the steel concentration. That is around 40 to 50 milligrams of mass loss, while the other nails are from 0 to 20 milligrams. The vinegar concentration that made the nail have more mass loss was the 0.25 concentration here because it went much higher. That concentration may have been a fluke for the steel because for the lower concentrations, it actually made the mass loss go lower for the other nails. The other nails are stainless steel, copper, and brass. As you can see, the lower mass loss was for the yellow line, which was stainless steel. And for my conclusion, my hypothesis was incorrect because I thought that the metals will rust in the highest concentration the most. But actually the lowest concentration did that, which was the 0.25 concentration for the steel metal. To apply this to real life, stainless steel would have been the nail that had the least amount of mass loss, which would mean less rusting. As you can see here in the chart, it is the yellow line, which is at the very bottom of the chart. And the concentration that would rust it the least amount would be the full concentration, because that had the least amount of water of 0 milliliters, while the 0.25 concentration that rusted the steel the most had 75 milliliters of water, which was the most amount of water.